So I haven't talked about the UK much as of recently, last year, but it appears that Piers Morgan has decided to leave Good Morning Britain from ITTV News, which says here that Piers Morgan has left his role at Good Morning Britain after receiving backlash for his controversial comment about Megan Markle. ITV News confirmed in a statement. And according to every tweet, it says that Piers Morgan is leaving Good Morning Britain, and one that says that he left Good Morning Britain following discussions with ITV in wake of Meghan Markle criticism, and many more. So, just about a moment, I'm going to show you the entirety of the clip leading up to this situation here.
The added elements of race and social media when it came to Meghan, but also echoes of her interview a couple of decades ago now with Martin Bashir and how she felt isolated within the royal family.
I haven't quite kind of reached a conclusion on this at the moment. Is this worse than Princess Diana's interview with Martin Bashir in 1995? I kind of think
it is. I think it is.
I think we can all agree.
I think what they're accusing them of doing.
I think the fact that she is trying to portray the royal family as a bunch of racists is the most incendiary charge I've seen against the royal family certainly in my career as a journalist. And it appears to be based on one conversation with an unnamed member of the royal family at the very start when they first got together. We don't know anything about the context.
Well, it was a conversation that Harry had with a very close member of his family, possibly his father or possibly his brother. That was clearly what Meghan said. Harry didn't deny it when he was asked directly by Oprah about it.
It wasn't a conversation had with Meghan.
It wasn't a conversation had with Meghan. It was a conversation that Harry relayed to Meghan after he'd spoken to members of his family.
question. Do you feel genuine sympathy with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry after watching that load of bilge?
Anyone who says that they were left feeling suicidal, didn't want to be alive anymore, you have to feel sympathy for them.
And then Piers Morgan tweeted, this 9 hours after a tweet from Chris Rickett, who tweeted this 13 hours ago, which we'll get to in a moment, but this first.
Now, when we talked about this yesterday, I said, as an all-encompassing thing, I don't believe what Meghan Markle is saying generally in this interview. And I still have serious concerns about the veracity of a lot of what she said. But let me just state for the record about my position on mental illness, right? And on suicide. On mental illness and suicide, these are clearly extremely serious things that should be taken extremely seriously. And if somebody is feeling that way, they should get the treatment and the help they need every time. And if they belong to an institution like the royal family and they go and seek that help, they should absolutely be given it. And if it turns out Meghan Markle, and it's not for me to question whether she felt suicidal. I wasn't in her mind, and that's for her to say. My real concern was a disbelief, frankly, and I'm prepared to be proven wrong on this, and if I'm wrong, it is a scandal, that she went to a senior member of the royal household, told them she was suicidal, and was told she could not have any help because it would be a bad look for the family. If that is true, A, that person, if they're still there, should be fired, and B, the royal family have serious questions to be answered about how they handled it.
Given the fact that this was tweeted today at March 9th, 2021 at 5:43 a.m. my time, during that same day, it was tweeted by Chris Rickett right around March 9th, 2021 at 1:46 a.m. I'm seeing that there is more clips to that. So, yeah, I'm gonna show all of this now.
They have had an overwhelming amount of negative press. I watched the program yesterday, and yes, they had some great press around the wedding, but what press is going to trash someone's special day? There was bad press around the engagement, before the engagement, and everything that has followed since has been incredibly damaging, quite clearly to Meghan's mental health and also to Harry. And I hear Piers say that, William has gone through the same thing. But you know what? Siblings experience tragedy in their life, and one will be absolutely fine and brush it off, and the other will not be able to deal with it so strongly. And that's clearly what has happened with Prince Harry in this situation. He walked behind his mother's coffin at a tender age in front of the globe. That is going to shape a young boy for the rest of his life. So I think that we need to all take a step back. And I understand that you don't like Meghan Markle. You've made it so clear a number of times on this program, a number of times. And I understand that you've got a personal relationship with Meghan Markle, or had one, and she cut you off. She's entitled to cut you off if she wants to. Has she said anything about you since she cut you off? I don't think she has, but yet you continue to trash her.
Okay, I'm done with this.
No.
Sorry, no. Sorry.
So, do you know what? That's pathetic.
You can trash me, maybe not my...
No.
See you later.
I'm being...
Sorry, can't
This
do
is
this.
absolutely diabolical behaviour. I'm sorry, but Piers spouts off on a regular basis, and we all have to sit there and listen. 6:30 to 7 o'clock yesterday was incredibly hard to watch. Incredibly hard to watch.
Okay, so now here's the part that Twitter has left out.
This is, he has the ability to come in here and talk from a position where he doesn't fully understand.
Okay.
And
I think we need to. I think we need to just all take a break. We'll see you in a moment.
Okay, so now we just go to the 25-second clip of what's been happening here.
He also wants to promote the monarchy. Because if the media doesn't promote the monarchy slowly dies out.
Okay.
Monarchies have died out all over Europe.
Alex, yes.
Well, hang on. Let me come, Alex, in a sec.
Okay, all right, I'll wait.
Well,
Would you mind waiting?
Well, actually, I don't know, no. Carry on.
To you, mate. I'm just going to...
I was going to make the point, Alex, that something very different happened with Prince Harry, was that he...
Good morning, Britain. That's 6:31 on Tuesday. We've all watched it now. Although my eyes were slightly distracted this morning because apparently summer has arrived, which I wasn't aware of. But this first sign of spring is normally, what is it? The cuckoos? What is it? Is it the cuckoos for spring? But the first sign of summer, traditionally at Good Morning Britain, has always been Charlotte Hawkins arriving in a miniskirt for work. And this morning, here she is. I forget.
It's a dress.
I forget.
It's just a dress.
Come on, you're wearing a mini. It's not a dress, is it?
Yes, it is.
That's not a dress.
That's just a dress.
No, it's not.
I don't know why you're getting so overexcited about the fact I am wearing a dress.
I only know what you're wearing because as you walk
Breaking
past our
news,
briefing,
I have a dress on.
Susanna went, "Oh my God!"
Don't you look fabulous?
And I just thought summer has arrived, so that's good news. Not good news is, of course,
embrace a bit of
torrent.
sunshine.
What?
We like to embrace a bit of sunshine, but yeah, I'd like to think there's probably more important matters.
Am I complaining? No, I'm observing. Good morning.
And now I'm going to read these comments which have interested me the most. Yesterday, Piers couldn't believe that someone may feel suicidal after 4 years of constant rhetoric abuse from all angles. Today, he has to sit through 30 seconds of someone rightly pointing the finger at him, and he loses the plot. So Piers Morgan can walk up in a huff after 30 seconds of his pile of rubbish being called out on air. But when Harry and Meghan leave the country after years of two-faced racist coverage from him and his chums, they're entitled to even more abuse? Have I got that right, Piers? And this person said, you're spot on. If my family cannot take this type of on-air abuses from this guy, we don't even know Meghan and Harry personally, how much more while this comes to the people involved, it really does mess up your mental health. Can't imagine what kind of human being Piers is. And in another comment says, well done, Alex Pressford, for calling Piers Morgan out for his relentless bullying of Meghan Markle. So, according to NBC News, broadcaster Piers Morgan is leaving ITV's Good Morning Britain after it was announced that the show was being investigated amid thousands of complaints regarding his comments about Meghan the Duchess of Sussex. The United Kingdom's Office of Communications announced it was investigating show's Monday episode under its harm and offense rules. The office said it received 41,015 complaints about Morgan's remarks in the wake of Meghan and Prince Harry's interview with Oprah Winfrey that aired Sunday night. ITV said Tuesday that following discussions, Morgan had decided to leave the program. ITV has accepted this decision and has nothing further to add, the statement said. Morgan, who has been notably critical of Meghan over the past few years, on Monday said he was sickened by the couple's interview and called it a trashathon of the monarchy. He criticized Meghan and Harry for dropping a race bombshell regarding an alleged conversation where a family member had questioned how dark their children's skin would be. He also implied that he didn't believe Meghan when she described having suicidal thoughts. I don't believe a word she says, Megan Markle, Morgan said. I wouldn't believe it if she read me a Weather report, and the fact that she fired up this onslaught against our royal family, I think is contemptible. In other statements, Morgan questioned guests as to whether it was truly racist to question what a mixed race child's skin might look like. Guest Sheila Maj Shagbanganu, I hope I pronounced it right, on Monday called Morgan a disappointment during a heated debate about the monarchy's colonial history and racism. I wish to God one day you even surprised me, Mashabang Manu said. You constantly use your platform as a wealthy white village man with power and influence to aggravate and escalate bigot and sexist, racist, and misogynist attacks on Meghan Markle. Morgan responded by calling her comments race-baiting nonsense. I guess there's more. On Tuesday, fellow IT TV presenter Alex Brestford confronted Morgan about his commentary on Megan over the years and called Monday's episode hard to watch. Morgan got up from the seat, telling Brestford, "You can trash me, mate, but not on my show." The conversation continued after the show went to break. With Morgan returning to the seat, Morgan clarified that he did not know her that well regarding his prior relationship with Megan. All it did was inform me that she has a bit of a streak in her when she cuts people off out of her life and moves on. Morgan said, "That's fine, she's entitled to do that, but she's done it to her own family apart from her mom. We got her dad coming on now, he's been disowned, she's got a track record of it, which I just find is informative about her personality." The Good Place actor Jamel expressed happiness on Tuesday at the news of Morgan's departure for Good Morning Britain. Jamel had a public fight with Morgan last year on Twitter following the death of Long Island host Caroline Clack, who died by suicide. "I almost killed myself a year ago because of Piers Morgan's relentless campaign of lies and hatred against me last February," Jamel said. "I'm glad I'm still alive today for many reasons."
Who are spray gunning his family on global television as Philip lies in hospital. You might laugh. I don't think it's funny. I think it's piling hurt on the Queen, who is already suffering greatly from her husband's illness.
I wish to respond to that. What I don't think is funny, I'll tell you what I don't think is funny. It's the fact that you were such a disappointment. I wish to God one day you would even surprise me. You constantly use your platform as a wealthy, white, privileged man with power and influence to aggravate and escalate the bigoted, sexist, racist, and the misogynist attacks on Megan Markle. And you do it so shamelessly.
We have done more on racial issues on this show than any other show on television. Shola, you can keep shouting.
That the royal family has any racist undertone or action against the first biracial, but simply because you're in love with the Queen.
No, I think what you're doing now.
You can love the Queen, but you should be able to call out actions done by the royal family when they've got it wrong.
Yeah, I'm not going to let you trash the Queen. Sorry, just not going to let you do it.
Well, I'm not
going to let you do it.
So what are my initial thoughts about Piers Morgan? Well, I think Piers Morgan definitely needs to work on, having empathy and compassion for other people. Even if you don't believe they were having suicidal thoughts or somewhere along the lines, that doesn't mean that you should go and keep trashing her for the past 5 to 10 years, which pretty surprising Piers Morgan continues to do that, because we all know that he's not a very compassionate man. We all know that. We all seen him a long time before he went on this show back in 2014. And the fact that Piers Morgan has the audacity, years and years and years of audacity, to keep on trashing other people, not just Meghan Markle, for years. Really shows what kind of guy Piers Morgan really is. Every single time, every interview. I mean, come on. Let's check the comments for Good Morning Britain's YouTube channel now. This is from one of their videos. Every time you go to one of their videos on their YouTube channel, their comments are always turned off. Why? Because Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan is known to make controversial comments, and viewers who are extremely sensitive about everything Piers Morgan says, rightfully so, and they have the right to be, they would immediately blast so hard in the comment section of any YouTube video that Brennan has uploaded because Piers Morgan is in it. He's in the show every time he makes controversial comments, and that is why they have turned off their comments in like the past couple of years. And now that he left Good Morning Britain, they're probably still going to keep their comments off just to be safe. I wish nothing but the best for Piers Morgan, but I am most likely glad that he stepped down. I mean, he's a 55-year-old man who keeps going after a lot of people and disagreeing with them harshly on other things that he probably doesn't care about because he's not extremely compassionate about other people's needs. And for ITV in Britain to like agree with Piers Morgan's decision to step down because of the controversial comments that he has made today and in years past, which you'll probably find a lot of clips on soon because of that. Well, it just goes to show that Piers Morgan is most likely the most hated man on earth. Well, the second most hated man on earth. The first most hated man on earth is Donald Trump. He's the second most hated man on earth, Piers Morgan. And yeah, I'm just glad that this is all over for Piers Morgan, because at the end of the day, I mean, come on. ITV should have a long time ago terminated his contract. But instead they kept it on here because of the show's popularity these days. I mean, that's why they wanted to keep Piers Morgan here for at least, 5 more years? Well, fortunately, that did not happen. And I am glad that he decided to take the high road.